All right, let's see what we can do here. This is going to be a quick rundown on how to use TinkerCAD. A couple of features, super fast, and by the end of it, you'll have a lot of skills that you'll be able to use in developing your clip. So here we go. Let's do this. First, got to get into TinkerCAD. Let's go. Boom, TinkerCAD.com. And once you get there, just for this reason, I'm just going to make a like a demo, but you would be working on most likely your clip design. So that, and I'm going to try and create one kind of. So you would click on New Design, and here is what happens. It's your work plane. So your work plane is the same exact thing as your print bed. So you can think about that as the perimeter of what we have to work with, no larger than that. Okay? So to move around your camera view of it, you hold down Control, you click, and then you move all over. Okay? So click, move, and now I can view from all angles. Whereas if you just click this thing and drag it, it's a little bit more, well, you got to bring your mouse over here, and you might be working here. So my suggestion is Control, click, move. Okay. So now let's bring an object into our work plane. You just drag, drop. You can extend by a side of the object by clicking on a black dot, moving it, clicking on a black dot, moving it. You can take two sides and modify that by clicking on a white dot and moving it. If you want the entire object to scale proportionately, you can click on a white dot, hold down Shift, and then move it. And now you have a scaled block right now. You can take the white dot in the middle, that's at the top, and that will raise and lower height of the object. If you want to raise and lower the object, it's this black arrow, and that'll move you up and down. If you go through the work plane, the only thing that will print is right there above the work plane, so don't do that. Make sure your object rests either at 0 or above, and preferably 0 if it's supposed to be connected to the build plate. This is for rotation. If you rotate it, you can go on an interior perimeter of the circle and rotate at pretty standard degrees of rotation, 90, 67.5, 45, 22.5, and that'll give you those degrees. But if we go on the exterior perimeter of the circle, you can see that we can go degree by degree. In fact, we can even probably do 12.83 and do a very, very specific rotation. We're not going to do that. We're going to go Edit, Undo, Command Z, Command Z, Command Z, and eventually my block should get back to where it was. Good. So now I got a block. We can change this block into the opposite of a block, absence of a block. And if we put a solid block in the presence of an absence of a box, and we group those two together, you will subtract the whole from the solid. So that's what we did there. You can see that that box was raised about 1 millimeter off of the surface of the work plane, which means that it left about 1 millimeter of the object left. Alignment is very, very helpful because sometimes you need things in a perfect row. So how do we do that? Well, let's move the camera, Control, click. Let's say I wanted all of these objects all in a line. We would select one. What I would do here is I would just highlight and select, and that's just click, drag all the way over. Now I have all 4 objects. The other option is click, hold down Shift, click, hold down Shift, keep holding it, and Shift, and click. And as you're holding Shift, you're selecting all the items that will be used in this alignment. So now if we click the Align tool and zoom out, you can see I have the option to align right, align middle, align left, and so on and so forth. So we're going to align middle, and now they're all in alignment. That's a very helpful little trick. In fact, if we take these objects, let's just push them together so they're all bunched up, okay? Because a lot of people like to copy and paste and duplicate objects, so I want to show you a trick with that at this point. So now we have our object. It's a weird shape. Let's say I wanted to duplicate it multiple times. All you do is do Command D, and it duplicates it right in place, and now I have a second version. I can duplicate it again, and it duplicates that movement as well, okay? So when that comes in handy is if I took this and I wanted this to rotate around a pivot point in the middle of a circle, what we can do is we can duplicate, move the object a little bit, rotate the object, and I'm going to suggest rotating it, at least to start with, 22.5 degrees. Okay, and you could bump up those corners so that they more or less touch. You could get very specific with this and actually have them like meet if you really wanted to. But at this point, now you would duplicate. And I'm just going Command D to Command D, and nothing happened, right? That's because I clicked away. If we duplicate, we move, duplicate, refresh. This was having a problem today. I noticed this earlier. If it doesn't duplicate, like you move the object and it doesn't go away, refresh your browser. Duplicate. Now I have a secondary object. I move that object and rotate the object. And now if I duplicate, it will duplicate the movement as well. So now I just keep going until I have a full circle. And now I can take that. I can hold down Shift, I can scale it, and you can see that I have this very, okay design. Okay, that's it. So duplication, copying, pasting, taking a hole, taking, you can turn any object into a hole, by the way. Cylinder, hole, okay? Anything, good. That's it. That should get you started. Pretty much everything you need. Oh, one more thing. Not everything you need. To you create specific measurements. This is very important. You can click on, well, get out of here. You can click on the black dot, and everything right now is in millimeters. You can leave it that way. It doesn't really matter. But you can go to a specific measurement, 11.6, okay? And then you would do the same thing on this side, 11.6. And that will give you a very specific measurement, because you'll be measuring things and you'll want to do that. If you wanted to change this to, let's say, inches, you can just go here, click inches, done. Okay? And then you got to update. All right, that's it. Let's get out of here. Where am I going? What's happening? Ah! All right.